What's up, guys? Welcome to this Tuesday night matchup between the New Canaan Rams and the Stamford Knights. Myself, Greg Tamasco, my partner to my left, Will Langford on the call for you guys here at New Canaan High School's main gym. Will, what do you see to these two teams today? What do you like?
Yeah, Gray, Stanford's coming in really strong to this game. I mean, they're 10-3. They're doing really well this season, so it's going to be a tough matchup for the Rams. They've got that center, obviously, who's done well in the paint, really having her way with defenders. And then New Canaan coming in this game at 8-5. Not the best start to the season, but obviously, above 500, qualified for states, and, looking at that FCI playoff berth as we look forward to this game tonight. Let's just go right into it. Players to watch for me for New Canaan. We just were told that Donaldson's in the starting lineup tonight. We've talked about her older sister before, All-State, academic All-State, right, last year. So we'll see what Donaldson can do tonight. Player to watch for New Canaan, and then Gray, player to watch for Stanford.
Just before we get into that, I want to talk about the league record. So Stanford's 8-1 right now, which is second in the FCIAC, and then New Canaan, I believe, is 6-4, so seventh in the FCIAC. So definitely these teams are varying in ranking, but in terms of their state ranking, New Canaan's, as you said, 8-5, Stanford 10-3. So Stanford definitely the favorite in this game, but we'll see how this one pans out.
I'm not sure about basketball, but most sports, it's the top 8 teams make the FCIAC playoffs, right? So right now, New Canaan is right on that line, and a loss tonight might put them, just outside looking in. So tonight is a crucial win, and also show the entire county, the FCI league, that they are a top team, that they can beat the top teams.
And look, there's games left in the season, but it's really important to get everything you can, especially when it gets down to the playoff seeding, and when you really start to think about that. And that's a conversation that you start having with your players a lot more seriously this late in the season, and saying, guys, we won't be able to go any further if you don't win key games like this one.
Exactly, and the FCIAC is arguably the best division in Connecticut, if not the sole best division in Connecticut. So to win a game like this would really, bode well in states, because you have that experience against a really good team who probably will make a far run in states. So when you play those teams from, northern Connecticut, eastern Connecticut, you'll have that experience, and you'll have been playing better teams, and it'll just all come together.
Right, and the teams in the FCIAC, obviously, we have St. Joseph, who's been doing well all season, sitting at 9-0 right now. So they've had a lot of successful games here in the FCIAC, and then Ridgefield 7-2, Ludlow 7-2. So they're right there. Ludlow, obviously, a lot of success. With some stars in the past, and New Canaan's had some close games with them in the past, and we'll see what Stanford can do here tonight. Well, I'm very excited as we're 50 seconds away from tip-off. Just 40 seconds left to go. The team's huddling up. Will, if you're Coach Palmer, what are you telling your players?
On paper, Stanford should win this game, right? But as a coach, you got to figure out what Stanford's weaknesses is. And I'm pretty sure all week in practice, Palmer, and Silvestri found that, and now they're just going to attack it. I'm going to say stick to the game plan. Whatever's written up, 100% effort. And honestly, just play New Canaan basketball. That's what I'd be telling them.
Yep.
Because if you stick to the game plan, play really good defense, hit your shots, and play New Canaan basketball, I don't see why the Rams can't win this game.
Agreed, Will. And obviously with a lot of talent on Stanford's roster, we'll see, who kind of shines here on the floor tonight. But getting into it, we now have our starting lineups, Will. I'm super excited. Obviously, my player to watch for Stanford tonight, number 25, Pauline Velakis, the senior. She's been doing a great job, and you'll see her in the paint tonight, putting up points and rebounds. For Stanford, we have number 1, Alice Peterson, the senior. Number 3, Jalen Presley, the sophomore. Number 4, Taylor Roncaroni, the sophomore. Number 12, Caitlin Fox, junior. And number 25, the player who's led this squad so far this season, Pauline Velakis. You could just tell from watching her warm up that she's a very talented basketball player, and she does great work in the paint. For the Rams, we have number 11, Lila Donaldson. Will, as you said, your player to watch for today's game. Number 20, Fiona Mueller. She's been dominant all season and just doing her thing. 24, Tia Kivico, the senior. 2 seniors and a junior so far. And then CC Patterson, the Notre Dame lacrosse commit. And Benny, another senior, to finish that off. So obviously the new Canaan team with a little more experience in terms of ages in their starting lineup. And we'll be back to you guys after the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Just moments away from tip-off, Will. You can feel the anticipation building here at New Canaan High School, and obviously the shot clock adds another factor to this game so far this season. You know, the boys have been playing with that too, and you can just tell it makes an adjustment in terms of what players have to do to get their shots off quicker, and it really picks up the pace of play. So I'd say, in my opinion, I like the rule change. I like the shot clock.
Yeah, you know, Gray, it's the way the game's meant to be played. I think we've used this example before. New Canaan last year the boys team went into double OT with Danbury, one of the top teams in the state. And Danbury just took the ball in the corner, dribbled out the clock, and then got one shot off. And then New Canaan had one possession to, you know, try to score. And unfortunately, they lost. And that's a perfect example of why we need this shot clock, because it's the way the game's meant to be played. College has a shot clock, and overall, you know, it's a great addition.
Benny and Vlakis on the tip-off here. Two seniors, and Benny wins that one, but stolen there by Caitlin Fox. Fox moves it to Presley. Presley inside to the post, and here's where, the Rams do a great job of shutting that down. And Fiona Mueller wide open to the right. Kivico dishes out, and Mueller makes the smart play.
The pass got to come earlier on that one.
Benny driving in the post.
Mueller had a layup if Kivico just dished it off a little earlier.
Mueller to Kivico. Top of the three-point line is Patterson. Patterson drives to the inside, goes up for the layup. That one too hard off the glass and a jump ball.
Got to add some English to that one, Gray, if you're going to go that far right.
And Mueller on the inbound here for the Rams. Counting it out, and wide open Patterson. Great look there. Moving it across the court, driving. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Patterson dishes to the inside. Donaldson. And she travels.
Yeah, pretty clear travel there, Gray. Took 2 steps and then picked up that pivot foot.
Look, sometimes you're just a little nervous coming into a game. You know, it's one of her first starts in her career, and obviously filling in for Driscoll there. We'll see what she can do here tonight. To the inside. Vlakis with the ball. Kicks it back out to Presley. She drives to the inside. The layup. That one off the right side of the backboard, and Kivico with the rebound.
A lot of contact there, Graham. Surprised about the no foul call, but I like that the refs are letting him play early.
And Mueller drives, and that foul called on the floor. We'll see, obviously, with every set of refs. You know, some let them play a little more, some don't. So I'm interested to see how this one's going to be called tonight. Benny wide open there and puts one up, and that one just to the right, and Vlakis there with her hands in the way. It's going to be tough to get one around her. Presley back to Fox. to the inside once again, and the Knights love feeding that post. That one blocked by Mueller. Mueller drives down, had Ognebenny elected not to take that one, and Kivico slowing it down, moving it to the inside. Ognebenny pull up, rebound Vlachis. We'll see what the Knights can do. Ronconi shot, that one to the left, and Mueller with the rebound. Let's see what they call there. They call a foul on number 12, Caitlin Fox. The junior gets subbed out, and checking in for the Knights is Kaplan. Mueller on the inbound, finds Patterson. Stamford in a full court press. Driving up the courts, Mueller, she goes up for the layup. Looks for a foul, that one tipped out of bounds. Mueller on the inbound. See what the Rams do, and a series of screens to get open, and that ball just overthrown to Patterson. Let's see if it can be saved, and it is.
Gray, on the inbound from anywhere, if it's gone out of bounds and you retain possession, you can throw it in the backcourt, and it's no penalty for over in the back.
And Patterson loses the ball. I think they'll call it a jump ball there. Second jump ball of the game so far, and this one obviously in the favor of the Knights. Ron Caroni bringing it up the floor to Presley. Presley guarded by Patterson pretty far out, and she drives and kicks this one out to Roncaroni. Moves it once more, and Peterson with the shot. She hits that three, but it'll be the Rams' ball. Missed that call, but the points will not count. A scoreless game so far, Will. The shot clock has definitely made it pick up the pace, and that one to Ognebenny. Down to Donaldson, she's got a lane. Won't take it. And Mueller taking her time. Coach Palmer knowing that it's important to get the first points on the board. It's important to build some momentum. And if you're not getting anything to go, you just got to take a deep breath.
New Canaan setting up a UCLA set here, and Kivico with the first points of the game off of the screen from Ognebenny. Perfectly executed there.
What a basket, by the way. Roncaroni playing a little bit of point guard to Presley. She's in control, guarded by Patterson, and they dish it to the inside. Vlachis back to Presley. She goes up, and she's fouled.
Gray, as I mentioned in pregame, Palmer and Silvestri obviously drew up a game plan to, stop Vlachis. She's been dominant all season, and so far that has been doubling as soon as she gets it in. So she has to pass out. In order to beat that double, you have to back cut as soon as you pass it, and it has to be quick. Stanford's starting to catch on to that. And once they do, they're going to have to get out of the double. But right now, 3.5 minutes in, they've done a successful job of it.
And Presley missing her second shot. That one in. No surprises there. The Rams take a 2-1 lead halfway through the first quarter here.
And that's the problem with the man press, Gray. As soon as you get it in balance, everybody else is just going to clear, and that'll just be a one-on-one in the backcourt with your best ball handler. That's why I tend to like zone press, because you can stay back and not have to worry about every man going down the court.
Ognebenny down to Patterson. To Donaldson. Donaldson drives. She's got a lane. Great layup by Donaldson. That one just doesn't fall, but great move by her. Great drive, and she's got to continue that to be dominant here on the floor tonight. To Presley, had a wide open three, and she'll ditch it to the inside. Blocks out to Roncaroni. She takes the three. That one good. She is 2 for 2, but the first one obviously didn't count. So,
yeah, great. You got to close out on that one. When Mueller went to go contest the shot, no hand went up. Hand goes up. Sometimes it alters how a shooter can release.
Uncontested and a great bucket. She's on fire. And a steal from number 14, Kaplan. She drives, goes up, and a foul called on Mueller. Great steal from Kaplan there, just knowing where she was on the court and being able to drive, and she'll take her too. First one good from Kaplan. Checking into this one's number 2, Nia Freeman, the sophomore. That second shot good as well as the Knights take a 6-2 lead. The Rams struggling to get some offense going here, and honestly, I just think it's the finishing. Mueller once again out there guarded by Kaplan. A lot of off-ball movement, but the Rams playing very passive. Kiviko takes a deep three. That one nearly good, just long, and rebounds Roncaroni, and she's carrying this one up the floor. Freeman with the handle. She gets to the inside, and Vlachis once again on that block. Hasn't moved all game. To the inside once again. Vlachis kicks it back out, and Roncaroni elects not to take the three. She's blocked by Ognebeni. Kiviko on the outside to Mueller. To Patterson. Let's see what Kiviko can do here. Goes to the inside. Elects not to hand it off. Puts that one up and nearly blocked, but a great shot attempt.
Yeah, if I'm New Canaan, Gray, I'm looking for a better shot than that. Off balance, turnaround hook shot. Now a foul on the Rams. Gray, another way to, avoid what's going on of them just peppering the big. You go into a zone, and oftentimes people tend to put their big man at the foul line, to maybe go like a Duke set or even a Michigan set or even short corner. That would eliminate her out of the paint. But as she's subbed out now, let's see what the Rams can do if they can, maybe take control of the defense and turn that into offense.
Freeman with a great drive and a little steal there, and they'll call a push on Stamford.
Yeah, it was a pretty clear push, that one, Gray.
Sometimes you got to know when you've lost the ball, and checking in here is Lauren Livesay, the junior for the Rams. Checking out is Kiviko. And Livesay giving it to Mueller there to the inside. Ognebeni driving inside, and she's blocked by number 5, Kimberly McGowan. Rams maintain their possession. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Livesay to Ognebeni. Ognebeni on the outside, controlling 5 seconds, and they call a travel. You can't let that pivot foot slide. Well, one thing I've noticed is New Canaan's playing very passive. I feel like they've been, more towards that mid-court area as opposed to attacking the basket or trying to make some movement. There really hasn't been that much effort to move the ball quickly around the key.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be selfish, Gray. I mean, not everything's going to be put on a silver platter. Assist for you. Yeah, they got to cut off ball, screen off ball. The way to get open is to get other people open. You got to be selfless in that area, but when you have the ball, go make a play, go score.
Livesay throws that one out of bounds. Turnover on the Rams. Checking in for New Canaan, number 33, Callie Patterson, the sister of CC Patterson, both juniors. The inbound here to a wide open number 5, McGowan, who puts that one way over. Maybe a travel call there, but refs didn't pick up on that one. Freeman dishes to the inside, back again. Kaplan drives. And almost a steal from Donaldson there, but Roncaroni maintains the possession. And Freeman here with a drive, puts that one up. A great shot attempt, no good. Kicks it back out. Roncaroni, the 3 ball, that one just long.
Good rebounding by the Rams. Ognebeni calling for help, looking for her point guard, and she'll take it over half court.
Patterson had a look there and a screen set, no contact, and a turnover caused by Presley. She's going to control that ball. Shot clock matches the game clock. And putting it up is McGowan once again, and they'll call a jump ball. Great job by Ognebeni. 22 seconds left in the quarter here. The Rams are going to look to get some points on the board. They'll put in a shooter, Kiviko, hopefully get that last shot in. Patterson to Agnebenny. She'll just dribble it up the floor. To Kiviko. Moving with some speed, 10 seconds left in this first quarter of play, and she's driving, trying to make something happen. She gets the layup, puts it up just too far to the right there. No time left, that shot attempt.
Not even close.
Not on target for Roncaroni. And Will, one thing I've noticed so far is this is going to be a very defensive game, is what we'll say. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I think so far the Rams
have non-offensive game, but that works too.
That will be a great thing. I think both teams are struggling right now to make something happen. I think for New Canaan, it's struggling to make ball movement, make off-ball plays to set yourself up for success, and for Stamford, it's finishing and it's figuring out how to get around the game plan that New Canaan set for doubling Vlachis and preventing her from being successful in the paint.
Yeah, you know, Gray, another thing I noticed, Coach Palmer called out 4 across. What you can do with that, you can do a lot of confusion on one side, maybe add some screens, and then either a girl from the middle or a girl from the sideline. I like to do the sideline. You fake flash and you turn deep and you throw that football pass and you can catch it, and it's a one dribble layup and it's going to get you. And as soon as you do that, that press is going to have to play back a little bit because they have to respect that pass now because you just got a layup. And now you can start your offense much quicker because you're able to get out of the press easier. So, obviously, that's the first thing I would draw up. Second thing I would do, go to what works on offense. Right now, like you said earlier, it's very passive. It's very, no, you have this shot. No, you have this shot. So I'm looking for my best plays. And other than that, stick to what they're doing. I'm pretty sure Vlachis doesn't have a point yet. So they've been doing a good job with her. And then, obviously, got to be able to rebound on the defensive end. Too many second chance opportunities for Stamford, and we're back here in the second quarter.
Right, I think New Canaan's doing everything right defensively. They need to put up more than 2 in a quarter.
Yeah, 8 points is not going to win you a game.
We'll see to the inside. That's McGowan, that one
and
good.
That's just good footwork, Ray. I mean, good footwork is going to beat any defense.
And Stamford doing a great job with their centers. Kiviko on the outside. She drives double T, and you got to find Agnebenny quicker than that. And that one stolen away from Kaplan. Drives down the court to McGowan, and that one a foul called on Donaldson. Will, you have to look for that. When you get double team, you got to communicate to your teammate that you're open down there, and that's a wide open layup.
Well, the thing is, Grace, she tried to go to Agnebenny, but Stamford obviously had a play call there, so they shifted over. The thing is, when you have a double team, there's tons of stuff you can do. You can, step through, you can retreat dribble, but if you're getting double teamed, that means somebody's open on the court, which means there is a pass. So if you're that open player, you have to find a way to be open for your teammate. You can't just leave them out to dry. So as much as it is on the ball handler to figure out how to beat the double team, the guy who's open has to be able to get open for his man. And now New Canaan will take a timeout, down 8. Stamford doing a great job here early.
Well, I'm going to say on that double team, you had Agnebenny for a second and a half before that other defender was able to come over and pick her up. I think you need to have awareness in a game like that. It's tough. It's tough because you don't know that double team's coming, but the second you see it, the second Agnebenny feels her defender leave her, she has to call for that ball or try and create space to make something happen.
Yes, but if the defender's leaving, usually a defender's rotating over. So if you call for that ball and you throw it, it's a turnover on the guard who threw it because you call for the ball from a rotating defender over, comes and picks it off.
All right, I saw her open in the first second, but a great analysis. So we'll get right back into this one. And Mueller looking for that
right
football
there.
pass. Great call, Will. I think you and Palmer were on the exact same page with that 4 across right there. So you read her play. And
I mean, I picture it slightly different, maybe a turn and run, not a back pedal, but I mean, it works. Patterson's at the line for 2. Yeah, great. I mean, now Stanford's going to have to back off a little bit or at least respect the football pass so you'll be able to flash the ball a lot easier.
And Mueller showing off her arm there. Patterson's first, good.
And, you know, Gray, the one thing I've noticed about girls basketball, I've had 2 sisters, so I've grown up watching girls basketball. A lot of interesting free throw routines when you get to the line. Each one is unique and different. Some of them work, some of them don't. But it's very entertaining to watch all of them.
Freeman drives down the court to a wide open McGowan for 3. That one no good. Just long.
Yeah, you definitely don't want your center who's used to being in the post shooting 3s, and that'll be a foul on a reach in on Stamford. Good call there by the officials.
And a lot of fouls, I feel like, so far tonight. I know that's a typical thing with basketball, but really hasn't impacted this game too much. And Mueller once again playing pretty far back. And
Rams get back into this UCLA set. Quick trap there, Mueller out. One more pass to Donaldson.
And there's that double team look. Stamford obviously trying to do something, and Ognebenny just too far off the glass. I think she needs to set her feet to have a consistent bucket on that play.
I mean, that was the footwork, Gray, but you're right. Once you come off that spin move, maybe we got a pump fake, maybe we got a layup attempt, but let's not shoot the ball before we, look at the basket.
I think that's important. Even if you take that extra second and it gets blocked, I think it's important to be able to set your feet and at least have a chance, giving yourself a chance to hit the shot. And Stamford with their 2 centers here.
We don't have a Kareem on the court, so not a lot of hook shots are going to go in today.
Stanford playing with 2 centers. We'll see how the Rams can play against this. And Kivico has a lane. Great ball, great movement, and the basket just long. But a foul called on the inside. Ognebenny will be on the line for 2. Will, you got to capitalize on great plays like that.
Yeah, you do, Gray. I'm as much as a homer as anyone, but that looked all ball to me, Gray. Maybe it was a foul on the body, but looked like a clean block to me. You can hear the disgust from the Stamford crowd with that foul call as Ognebenny hits the first.
Ognebenny, 2 swishes. She's showing that she can shoot when she sets her feet. So I think she keeps shooting. I think what we just saw there is she can put the ball in the basket. So.
And to have a big that can hit, nice move. To have a big that can hit foul shots is really crucial, especially in high school basketball, because they're going to go to the line a lot. Because the only way to stop them sometimes is to foul them. And if you can hit shots, that just provides an extra thing the defense has to worry about. As Patterson will throw up a 3 here.
And that ball almost good. And the rebound bucket from Ognebenny. She's on fire right now, about to hit her takeover. Peterson to Fox. Back to Peterson to the inside to McGowan. And Velakis. McGowan on the inside. And that's tough to cover. That's tough to cover, especially with against a player like McGowan who has height. And she can play against Mueller and really put her in the post and do some damage. And what a basket by Mueller, but that one gets stuck on the left side of the rim.
And that'll be a jump ball, and I believe that is Stanford's ball, but can no one, all right, no one can jump up and get that one, Gray.
We'll see what they can do here. I think another second of trying, and you would have jumped down there and tried to do it yourself.
I would have been able to get it. My mistake. It's Rams basketball. We'll see what they'll do here.
And the cuts came a little too early because
Mueller did not have the ball, and they'll run it again.
And a great pass to Ognebenny, looking to make something happen. The deep jump shot. I like that attempt. It just didn't fall.
Yeah, Gray, the only thing I don't like about it is that, Ognebenny's got to start, using some moves. I mean, that was a fade away from the post. I mean, put your body into the girl and go up. Maybe get a foul, but go into contact. Don't fade away from it.
I think she's been trying to adjust. She's definitely practiced this week, a little bit of fading away, knowing that she'd match up against Velakis and as one of the tallest players in the FCA.
You told me you went to a couple practices to see what they're doing, right?
Well, I'm just assuming she's going to work and game plan towards her matchup, which is something players usually do before a sports game.
Right, so we assume now, and that is a foul, but no call there.
Let's see what Freeman can do. Back to Fox, Vlachis, Peterson, the three. That ball looked good and won't fall. That one definitely off Vlachis. That'll be white ball. Substitutions checking in for Stamford, Kaplan and Presley.
Palmer will call a timeout. I believe it's a full timeout, so we'll be on break for a minute here, Gray. So if I'm Palmer here, I'm looking, for a couple stops, a couple buckets, and just, try to decrease this lead before halftime. We are, 11 and a half minutes into the game, and we only had 7 points. So something's got to change offensively. I mean, I've been hearing them call out multiple different sets, but, really none have been working. It's really been Agnebenny off the boards or from the foul line. So, Gray, what's going on in the huddle if you're Palmer?
Look, if I'm Coach Palmer, I'm telling my players, just take a deep breath. We're okay. Things haven't been going our way, but that's just because we haven't been finishing. And, I think Palmer likes the momentum they've created, in the last couple of minutes here. I don't want to say they've gone on a run, but they've definitely outscored Stamford in those couple of minutes. So I think Coach Palmer feels confident in what she just saw from those last few minutes of play in the second quarter here from her players. And I think she understands that if they just, listen to the plays that they've come up with, which we'll see here, that they can have some success.
And as you see, Gray, Vlachis stayed in the front court there to avoid that football pass once again.
Kivico once again very far out. Stamford with aggressive defense and a foul called. Peterson a little too aggressive. And Stamford racking up fouls so far this quarter. They hit a pretty high margin last quarter too, and that ball to Patterson. See what Patterson can do to Agnebenny drives. Let's see if she has a move, and this one, the fadeaway shot. I like the drive into Vlachis, Will, you said.
But you got to go into the contact. I'm telling you, Gray, 90% of the time you go into the contact with a power forward or center, you're going to get the call, especially if you sell it a little bit too. Go hard into the contact, go up, and you're going to the line, or even get an and one.
Great pump fake there from Peterson to the inside. Vlachis in the post, and great defensive effort from Agnebenny.
And you see how Vlachis goes straight into contact, no fear. She's going to get calls eventually, or some are going to go in, and that's why she's been dominant all season. She knows how to use her body, and she knows how to score well in the paint.
And Kaplan with her second steal. And Patterson with her first. Patterson driving the handoff to Mueller to the inside. Agnebenny back out to Patterson. 20 on the clock. Agnebenny puts one up. That one a bit of a prayer, Will. I think you need a smarter shot, and I think Coach Palmer shook her head a little bit knowing that you need a smarter shot.
Yeah, a miracle was needed for that one to go in. We got to start getting better shots if we're New Canaan, Gray. None of the fadeaways, from 12 feet. No more no-look shots. You got to start getting, smart shots, layups, open threes. And looking for a little change of pace here, maybe some energy. The freshman, Ali Cecilia, will come in.
Cecilia obviously had a big role earlier this season, and she's been doing a great job all year as a freshman.
And the crowd loved it when they saw her checking in. A lot of cheers. See, Gray, that's what I'm talking about. When you're big, you got to use your size. And Vlachis did a great job there of just sealing off Agnebenny. And look what she gets. She gets the foul when Agnebenny reaches for the ball. So Agnebenny's going to start doing the same thing.
The inbound to Presley, that shot just long. Driving down the court's Mueller. Mueller settles this one. See it to Kivico. Back out to the freshman once again. Patterson to Mueller. To the inside, Agnebenny. They're getting great looks. They just got to finish them, and Kivico gets her shot. Elects not to take it. Double teamed. You got to find that 3 on the outside will be there. 4 seconds on the clock. 2, 1, got to put one up, and that one, a tough attempt, but steal from Patterson. Great job by her. Puts one up. An easy 2. What a play. Her second steal, and that one for some points. A great job.
You know, Gray, that's a big play, too. You just had a turnover, then you get it back, and you get a layup, and you cut the lead to 5. It wasn't looking good for the Rams, and good job by Patterson to flip that switch.
The Rams double teaming quickly. Vlachis kicks that one out. And an open 3 from Fox. That one an air ball, and got to grab that one. Ogden-Benny tips it going out of bounds, trying to grab it, and Stanford will maintain possession. Will, do you want to remind everyone the rules for resetting a shot clock?
Right, so you get 35 seconds in total. If it hits the rim, it resets if you get the offensive rebound. And if it goes out of bounds and you still have possession, it will reset to 20.
And an air ball there after a quick steal.
And an air ball, the clock will remain at what it is at if you get the offensive rebound, too.
Ron Caroni with the ball. Mueller playing aggressive, trying to get possession back for her team, and she does. She gets the jump ball, and the Rams should have possession here. Checking in, McGowan from the Knights. A minute 17 left to play.
Ogden nearly turns it over there, but Mueller will recover.
Patterson driving. Dishes it down to the freshman who puts that one up. She's fouled. A great call there from the ref, and don't think she was shooting. That should be on the floor. Oh.
Kind of bailed out there, probably trying to pass it across court, and it looked like she was shooting the ball.
Her first shot, no good. And this is an important basket to cut the lead to 6. The Rams checking in, number 12. We do not, Lorenz, the freshman. The second bucket, good. Will, this freshman class here at New Canaan girls basketball is definitely something to be excited about. A lot of talent. McGowan, the turnaround jumper, no good. Football pass to Cecilia. Great bucket by her.
And you look at that 4-point swing, Gray. Stanford airballs a layup. Cecilia comes down, and she'll cut the lead to 4. Entry pass, nearly stolen by Patterson.
It's a tough foul, but Gowan will have 2, and Cecilia obviously doing a great job so far with 3 quick points there, and really swing the momentum of this one, and we'll see what we can do before the half. If you are the Rams. McGowan hits her first.
Sister for sister sub here. Patterson for Patterson.
One shot.
Short.
I don't know about that one. You know, it did look like Vlachis was in front of it, and typically that's the player who tips it out when they go up for it, but Vlachis way over. Great defensive coverage from Ogden-Benny the first time, but Vlachis just really tall, doing a great job in the paint. If you give her 2 takes, she's gonna hit 1. 20 seconds. Great drive by Ogden-Benny. Patterson looking to make something happen. That ball tipped. Cecilia saves it to the inside. Ogden-Benny, a great pass, puts that one up, and a great bucket from Ogden-Benny. She's been doing a great job scoring tonight, Will, and we'll see what the Rams can do. Another second here, and that 3-point attempt, no good, almost went in, but Rams cutting their lead to 5 there, so obviously the half not going the way they wanted to go, but you got to take what you can get, especially in that second quarter, and Coach Palmer doing a great job getting her girls back on track to be successful.
And we'll be back to you shortly for the halftime show and the start of the third quarter.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangio Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
Support the NCHS Scholarship Foundation. Purchase a golf ball. Someone will win a brand new 2024 Chevy Colorado.
back here, just moments away from the second half of play. Presley taking the court for the inbound here, and the Rams trailing the Knights by 5 points here. Will, I'm very excited to see how this one goes. And Roncaroni to the inside. Presley wide open there. Vlachis out to Peterson. So far, this offense looking strong. Back to the inside again is Vlachis to Roncaroni, who drives. And that one's stolen by Mueller. With a little bit of speed, she drives, dishes to Patterson. Down low and blocked by Presley. A lot of action so far, Will, in just 30 seconds of play. Roncaroni, top of the key to the inside. No surprises there, and just miscalculated her angle. Vlachis and Mueller now with the ball carrying down the court. The Rams need some points on the board, obviously, to close this gap, and see what they can do. Patterson dribbling to the inside. Both players looking at their centers a lot tonight. Both teams, sorry, looking at their centers a lot tonight. Looking for that handoff, and Mueller gets the three, elects not to take it, dishes to the inside. That one, a little too much power. And new cannonball here off that jump ball. Let's see what the Rams run here. Most likely an organized play. The screen missed, but Ognebenny has it. And she is called for a travel. I honestly thought it'd be a foul, Will. Roncaroni with the ball, and Vlachis open for a second there on the inside. Peterson dishes down to her and a no-look pass. Wow.
See, Gray, that's what's going to happen when you got such a powerful center that can make moves in the paint. All eyes go to that center as soon as that ball is fed in, and back cuts can happen, especially off the person who gave the entry pass. But that was just a great job right there by Stamford.
Fox will shoot too. Second ball up, and that one good. A lot of arc on that shot, and the Knights extend their lead by 2. Will, this game 7 points away from being tied. Mueller drives. Stamford playing very aggressive. We've seen their aggressive defense all day, and Coach Palmer now controlling her offense a little more. And Patterson with a bucket. What a shot. And just like that, the Rams cut that lead to 4. Donaldson out with pressure. That ball no good. Brick to the left by Fox, and Mueller will dribble up the court. To the inside, Ognebenny kicks it back out to Donaldson. To Patterson, no heat check from her, and a timeout call by Coach Palmer.
I like the timeout, Gray. Crucial possession here. You make a bucket, you cut it to 1 possession lead. So very crucial possession here for the Rams. I mean, time is just going to keep on winding down, and, Stamford, slowly but surely has kept this lead, but the Revs have done a nice job early in the quarter. So I think Palmer, is probably drawing up, one of their best plays here, maybe like a layup or an open 3. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's about getting the bucket. I want the best shot possible in this possession, and that tends to be a layup. And if you can make it, great. But if you're able to get a great shot out of a play, you run it until they can stop it. And then when they stop it, you find someone else. And it's early enough where you can not experiment, but, run those stuff that works and find what works. So I'm hoping that the Rams will either try to get an open 3 here or a layup.
And we'll see. Coach Palmer obviously had something organized. And Mueller to Ognebenny, the screen. Kiviko puts up one, and that one no good. Ognebenny missing that rebound. Vlachis is doing a great job to Control the ball, and
Take a charge.
Roncaroni drives. No travel called there. Block is doing a lot, controlling at the top of the key. And Fox here feeds her to the inside. Great job by Patterson. Ball to Agna Benny. A wide open. That one just long, and Roncaroni tiptoeing to stay in bounds. The Rams missing that opportunity, but Patterson doing a great job on defense to create that opportunity. And a great bucket by Presley. She's been doing a great job, giving herself great shot attempts all night, and that one falls very successfully.
Yeah, it's just a great finish.
A wide open three from Donaldson puts that one up. Just long, but Agna Benny gets the rebound. Great job by her, and there goes Mueller putting that one a little too hard off the glass, but Mueller in coverage, and Fox gets a lane. What a block by Patterson, and there goes Presley. Presley, probably the best finisher on the court, and from what I've seen so far. Well, I know you'd probably know a little better, but she's been doing a great job with her handles and getting the ball up into the basket. Out to Patterson. Patterson drives 2 steps, and they're going to call her a travel. Maybe one too many, but a great attempt from her if she didn't take that extra step. And Lorenz checks back in for the Rams. Let's see what the freshman can do on Roncaroni, the sophomore. Kaplan to Presley. Patterson in coverage, almost swatted that one down. A great job by Kivico, causing that turnover. Kivico down the court. Patterson to Donaldson. Donaldson goes up, drives. That layup no good, and Stamford with a little bit of momentum to the outside. Presley, let's see if she hits Freeman on that far side for the 3. She does. Pump fake goes under. Looking for a reverse layup, and then a call right after that, but she's not going to get it. And Kivico with the ball. Lorenz wide open. Oh. And a miscommunication there. Lorenz is going to secure that jump ball, and it'll be the Stamford possession. Knight's ball. Sarah Marshall at the scores table about to check in for the Rams. And a great job by Vlachis to box out, I believe that was Patterson, and create some space to make her move in the paint.
Grant, if I'm Palmer right now, I'm calling a timeout. You got to stop the run that Stanford's making. It's a 6-0 run. You had a chance to cut it to 1 possession. Now you're down 10. You gotta regroup here. And I know you're going to use one of your timeouts to drop that play. Like right here, I would use my timeout. I would get one of my plays going, and then try a new defense. A lot of stuff's going wrong right now. You got to stop it fast before it gets too late.
I agree. I think in a game like this, we're struggling to score. 10-point lead is something you're going to have to go on a big run for, and especially with that block just now that we saw, it's really tough for the Rams to maintain that momentum that they're trying to build. So Patterson fighting, kicks it out to Marshall. Marshall's first minutes of this one. Kivico drives to the inside, a layup up, and good. Great shot by Kivico.
I want to see more of that out of Kivico. I mean, no offense really in the second half by the Rams as of late, and Kivico just took it in her own hands, drove the ball. That was a nice move. And she just lost the ball, no foul there.
Presley loses it, this is down to Lorenz. A little bit of pressure, but she has great handles, so it won't matter. Saves the Rams out of a tough situation, and we'll see what they can do. Patterson driving, the bucket good. What a layup from her, and you saw she almost did that before, but she got the travel called, so she did a great job picking it back up and securing 2. Coach Silvestri telling Callie to
And
stay strong in the paint.
And Gray on that. Vlachis is just going to keep on backing you down. So as a smaller forward, what you have to do is you have to get positioning in front of Vlachis and have your help defense to be behind you. So when that pass comes in over the top, easy steal. And they also can't bounce pass it in. That's how you defend a larger, if you're a smaller defender.
Vlachis' first shot,
So
no good.
that's what I'd like to see, this adjustment by the Rams here. And if you can do that successfully, that'll eliminate Vlachis completely. And I bet you the first time they do it, it'll be a steal from the help defense over the top.
And as they did so far in this first quarter, I think the Rams shut her down pretty well. And now, obviously, she's going a bit of a run here. A very talented basketball player. Marshall down the court. She's going under for the layup and a last-ditch effort attempt and a travel called on Freeman. And the Rams save themselves, maintaining possession on their own side. Timeout called by Stamford.
It's a good call by Stamford, sensing a little run by New Canaan. A shot here by the Rams would, cut the lead to 4 or 5. So I really like that timeout by the Stamford High head coach.
And we'll see here, Will. What do you think Coach Palmer is telling her players right now? Do you think they're setting up a play? Do you think she's giving them a motivational speech to get back into this one? What do you think?
Well, the scoreboard has stopped working. But if
it is a 21-28
28-21, yes. So if I'm Palmer, I mean, you're playing just good basketball right now. Let's get a score here, make it 28-23, get a stop and a score, and we'll end the quarter down 3. And then that's doable for what they've done recently offensively. And then the fourth quarter, what I'm doing, I'm switching to a zone, and I'm also doing something different on offense because I liked what Kiviko was doing driving the hoop, and I think switching to a zone would change up the looks for Stamford because they've been very successful against the man defense.
Patterson takes that 3. That one a little too far to the left. Ron Caroni driving to Freeman on the outside, and the Rams double teamer.
I think that was accidental, Gray. As soon as the double team came, it looked like Rams were a little confused as to why 2 were there.
And Vlock is now on fire. What a 3-ball from her, and Marshall goes under and hits the bottom of the rim. Great look to McGowan.
And you can't have that, Gray. You can't have a 5-point swing. You got to.
And what a shot from Sarah Marshall, the 3-ball the Rams needed to cut the lead to 8. And wow, what a pass, Wilf.
See, Gray, that's a great job by Patterson, but help defense got to be there. Yes, it was a good pass, but if your help defense is there, that ball's probably stolen.
And it's tough to drive on Vlachis when she's in the paint. It's near impossible. It's near impossible to get a layup, as we've seen so far today. A lot of players have been trying, and she's just knocked those down constantly. And a little miscommunication. You got to stick to the play. You got to stick to your space. And if you crowd the same spot with the ball going up, it usually doesn't end well. 10 seconds left here. Ron Caroni in coverage from, Vlachis pulls up. What a play from her, Will. She silenced this New Canaan crowd. 2 back-to-back Swiss shots, and obviously she's been doing a great job in the post. She's picked up at least 12 in the last 8 minutes of play, last 16 minutes of play, and just really doing her thing. She's picked it up from the first quarter, which is when the Rams really shut her down. And I think that's due to Ogdenbenny, too, playing inside. And now that Ogdenbenny's back on the floor, we'll see if the Rams are able to limit Vlachis in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, having Ogdenbenny sit, I know she needed the rest, but that's when Stamford really took off. smaller matchups on Vlakis, and they struggled a lot, and they didn't really know how to help to her. And when they did double, it was usually too late. So Agnabedi's going to need to play this whole fourth quarter in order for the Rams to have a chance in this one, Gray.
And we'll see what they can do. Both teams look out of breath, but obviously Stamford has a little more energy as they have a pretty strong lead of 14 points. So
and at this point, Gray, if I'm New Canaan, I got to think about pressing. You're down 14 right now. I would zone press and have that fall back into a zone half-court defense. I think that's your best chance at winning right now, honestly.
Kiviko drives, puts one up. That one blocked down, picked up easy by Vlakis. Her height's just been a clear advantage, and she's been able to dominate. Freeman in coverage from Kiviko. Freeman to Vlakis. And it's dangerous when you have a player. A great steal from Patterson. What I was saying is it's dangerous when you have a player like Vlakis that can shoot from the outside and also play well in the post. So we'll see what the Rams are able to do. And Patterson puts a layup up, a great shot attempt, and it doesn't fall, and she gets a steal. To the outside, Kiviko drives, looks to put one up. That one just a little too much power off the glass, and Agnabedi's hand caught up in McGowan. She was not letting go on the way down. Rams pressing a little bit, but not nearly as aggressive as Stamford was earlier this game. That one tipped from Patterson, showing off her athleticism, and a clear foul there. Just grabbed the hand of Mueller.
Got to flash the ball here, Gray. Stamford manning up early. Good job right there. A little bit of a hold by Vlakis there, trying to keep up with the quicker Agnabedi, and she couldn't. Resorting to holding. Refs got to see that.
And when you have a player that's your center, or a player that's not used to playing coverage or not as fast on the outside, it's obviously going to be a little tougher. And she resorted to pulling on her a little bit.
Agnabedi's a quicker player, so. What I would do is I would stretch out Vlakis. I would have her play on the perimeter, even though Agnabedi's not that perimeter player. But I just, I would keep moving Agnabedi, force Vlakis out of her comfort zone, pick up a few fouls on her, because she's very comfortable in the post. And if you get her out of the post, that's one less body that's rebounding on the board. So I would just try to start moving her out of the post and moving her around, and she wouldn't be able to keep up with Agnabedi.
And a violation there, but
they'll just let that one go. Offensive foul. Yep, okay. I was about to say. No, okay, offensive foul.
Can you break down what they called there?
Yeah, so number 2, Nia Freeman, basically just hooked Mueller, and then, I don't know what the exact word for it, but basically just hooked her arms around Mueller and, stopped her from being able to move, so. It's usually it usually happens in the post when a big's trying to seal off a defender. He'll hook before the spin. But yeah, that was a good call by the official. I mean, great. This press has been working so far. You're gonna need a little bit more. 6:45 left, but I mean, what is that? That's 1 turnover, 2 steals. Correct me if I'm wrong in this press so far.
I believe so.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I mean, that's a pretty good stat line right there for pressing, I think, 4 times. So,
and like you said, that adjustment that Coach Palmer needed to make to get back into this game, she's made. So far the Rams have a little bit of momentum. Let's see what they can do with it.
Close to a carry there. Agnabedi will take the mid-range. It won't go, but Marshall won't give up.
And we'll see what they call.
And I believe. Oh, okay. So if I have to guess, that would be New Canaan ball not a jump ball, but just play was stopped due to the bloody nose. Wait a second, now we have a buzzer. Okay, so it is a jump, my mistake.
Well, great job by Marshall getting that jump ball to give the Rams an extra possession. Great cut by her. She kicks it out to Mueller, who drives to the inside, dishes to Ognebenny. I don't know about a jump ball. I think you got to give him an extra second.
Yeah, you got to give him a second. Ognebenny was ripping through that and going up for the layup, Gray. You got to give him an extra second. You can't call the jump ball as soon as two players touch it for half a second.
I just don't think the ball stopped moving forward. I think Ognebenny was moving through with her motion. And great pump fake, great basket. Just a textbook play from Kimberly McGowan. Rams trail by 15, 6 minutes left to play. Ognebenny puts one up. What a bucket from her. She's been doing a great job all night with her responsibility and her role in shutting down Vlachis. And, you know, I think if you had one more player like Ognebenny who's able to stay in the game for the entirety, if they could work back and forth, they'd be able to shut down Vlachis. And I really think it's a different game.
Vlachis looking for the entry pass, and great job by Patterson. That's the quickness of Patterson against the bigger offensive player.
And quickness and athleticism. I mean, Patterson's probably the most athletic player on this court, and just her ability to read that and make the play. It's remarkable. Kivico drives, puts one up. That one too long, and the putback almost good by Ognebenny. Freeman with a little bit of a breakaway. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think Patterson set her feet, but not much you can do when a player falls like that.
Yeah, no, Freeman just forgot the ball there. Trying to make a move, trying to look flashy, didn't work. Patterson stood her ground straight up, ball hits her. I mean, when you flop, I guess you get calls in the league, Gray.
And that one on the floor. Taking her sweet time. Caitlin Fox getting back to the front court. Peterson with a quick move. The senior puts up a little floater. That one no good. Ognebenny on the rebound, and she'll travel.
I like a foul call there. I mean, Vlachis just stuck her arm, and Ognebenny would not let go.
I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough call to not get.
Vlachis making a lot of dirty plays as of recent, Gray. I've been starting to pick up on that. I can hear her also talking to the refs a lot. Entry pass into her.
And a great three ball made from number 14, Rebecca Kaplan. She's been on tonight with 2 big steals. Kivico a deep three. That one just long, but Marshall there. Tipped, it'll stay. Rams ball.
That three was a dagger, Gray. I mean, now you're down 16 instead of 13. That's a big one right there.
Especially with 4:30 left to play here. The Rams need a basket, and they need it quickly. Patterson to the inside. Ognebenny looking to make a move. Calling for help, and there it is. Kivico puts one up. No good by her, but a good attempt. And Peterson will
a little
go
bit
to
of
the
a
ground.
travel there. I mean, not a foul if you're stronger than another player, Gray.
I mean, I think if you saw a bit of a travel there, it was probably just from that contact that,
I mean,
that
she
they were calling.
just fell down. I mean, when you fall down, that's a travel. So.
Caitlin Fox with the ball, driving it down the court. Great coverage from Mueller. Here's that press, and Patterson once again. A great steal, and she's fouled.
Patterson having herself a game today, Gray. Multiple steals. And, you know, a lot of stuff of what she did today is not going to go in the stat book. She's taken on the role of guarding Vlachis late in this game, you know, with the switches. And, you know, she's just used her quickness to get around Vlachis and get a lot of, you know, tip passes and sometimes even steals.
First one, no good. Patterson will take her second. She has at least 3 or 4 steals today, and key steals that created some sort of momentum. So we'll see her with her second shot. The second one, good. Stamford on the inbound. Right back to Fox. Kicks it out. Presley to Fox. Top of the key. Looking for Vlachis on the inside. You got to get in front of a player like that. And there's the double team. There's that game plan and a jump ball called. Stolen right from the hands of Vlachis. Vlachis a little upset that she wasn't able to do anything there. Sometimes you get outplayed in certain scenarios, and it can make players frustrated. A timeout called by Coach Palmer.
I was actually called by Mueller. Mueller kind of realized that she wasn't going to be able to get the ball in bounds to someone, so veteran play by her. I believe she could have waited, maybe a second or two longer, but I think the timeout was going to come regardless. Rams down 15 here. I mean, I've seen it before, but it's going to be really tough.
I mean, yeah, a 15-point run in 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Typically a team would show a little bit of spark early, so we'll see what they can do here. Will, you want to give us a little score update on UNC Georgia Tech?
Let me check. 39-39, 18 minutes left in the second half. That's very surprising.
Now, Will, moving back into this one, the Rams obviously down 15 here. It's easy to say, what the right thing is to do here, but do you think New Canaan has it in them? Do you think they have the energy to be able to make a run in a comeback like this?
I mean, if you're going to make a run, a lot of things have to go right. You got to play perfect defense. You have to hit your shots, and you're going to have to be aggressive in the press, and you have to get steals. New Canaan only has 2 team fouls right now, and if they cut it to a close, that's going to come back to hurt them if they remain with 2, because they're not going to be able to send Stamford to the line. As New Canaan will set up their press break here, Mueller will take it up the left sideline.
Mueller with some space and some speed, but she's got to move quickly. And that one, a forced pass to the inside to Ognebeni, and the turnover caused by Vlachis. Freeman driving, kicks it out to Presley, and open 3 elects not to take it, and Vlachis will. And wow. 3 for 3 in her last 3 balls, and just nothing but net. Marshall to Kiviko. And it's been tough so far here in the first quarter for the Rams, but fourth quarter. And the 5th foul, well, obviously you can explain the rule again if you want to, but
I just think it's the dumbest rule, Gray. So every quarter, the team fouls reset. Once you get to 5, it's an automatic double bonus. What the rule used to be was the fouls will reset after each half. When you get to 7 fouls, it's a single bonus, and we get to 10 fouls, it's a double bonus. I like the old rule because it brings back the 1-and-1. The 1-and-1 is a part of the game. When you foul late and you're still in the single bonus, you get the 1-and-1. You miss the first one, you're rebounding, you go down the other end. As that'll be a foul on the floor on Mueller. But great, it just takes out some of the IQ plays you can make in basketball. So late in the game, when you're down and you're in the other team's in the single bonus, you foul them, they go to the line, they got a 1-on-1, they miss it. That's just like a turnover. But now that's a double bonus. You got 2 shots, so they're probably going to make 1 because, most are above 50% free throw shooters.
Right.
So.
And Kaplan on the inbound, the junior.
Good trap here.
Presley, right back down, escaping the trap, and Marshall touching that one. They'll call a foul on Ognebeni, a little reach over.
And Gray, if the refs were paid and whistles called, they'd be retiring early tonight.
There have been a lot of whistles. I do think, one team or the other has hit that foul mark each quarter. So there have been a lot of fouls, but I wouldn't say that the fouls called tonight have swayed the game in any one direction too heavily. And Kiviko looking to make something happen on a drive. She gets a little bit of a lane. Benny pulls up from 3. That one just short, but a great attempt from her and a little bit of contact. Great fight from Patterson, but not much she could have done there. And the Rams not really playing that aggressive defensively in a press or anything yet. Obviously, Mueller trying to make something happen, but Vlachis pulls up, and that one a little bit contested, so she misses.
No, you don't.
Marshall very close to going over. Back to the inside. You had Benny for a second, and you can't force it.
Whoa. Tear up for that one. Anyway, great. That is the worst spot on the court to pick up your dribble. You just crossed over half court. You're near the sideline and the halfway line, and you get trapped. So you got 4 defenders in that area. That's the last place that you want to pick up a ball.
2 shots. First one goes. Benny's automatic from the free throw line, or she has been so far. No surprises there. Kivico in a tight coverage, but Freeman's able to get that one and give it back to Kaplan. Obviously, with the shot clock, you can't really hold this one out, but if you hold a couple of possessions, this game will be over if you're in Stanford's favor, and that one tipped away. It will be Knights ball and some substitutions being made here. Up by 15, minute 48 left to go. The Knights still playing their starting rotation players. Patterson went down. Not sure how she would have gone down without getting pushed, but that shot no good. And a rebound from Benny, doing everything she can so far tonight. Mueller on the drive. A low layup, that one no good. Looking for a foul, but I don't know if there was any contact there, and a foul called.
Getting a little chippy here, Gray. Let's calm it down. A lot of contact in just those 2 possessions right there.
I mean, obviously they already hit the double bonus, but there've been a lot of fouls so far in this one. Great bucket from Kivico.
All right, so 14 down, about a minute and a half. You got to press, and if you want to win this game, you got to give everything you have for this next minute and a half.
Second shot good from Kivico.
Whoa. Are we serious right now?
Saw a little bit of a shove there, but
little bit, great. That was a bit of a shove.
You're right, that was a pretty big shove, but I guess the ref just wasn't looking.
And that's also a travel. She slid her pivot foot, so if we're just not going to do our job, why bother showing up?
Drive from Peterson. Mueller playing aggressive defense.
So let's call that one, but let's not call the blatant shove to the ground, right, Gray? That makes a lot of sense, I think.
Well, it is Rams ball, so.
Oh, great.
Something in favor of the
okay, I
Rams.
did not know what it was called, but I thought he called a defensive foul. That is my bad.
I think he called out of bounds. I did think he put up the foul hand, but will be Rams ball. 59 seconds left to play. Rams down 13, so clock winding down here. 27 left on the shot clock. Inbound to Benny. Back out to Marshall. Marshall to Donaldson. Patterson with an attempt. That ball, a great shot, set her feet, but no good, and they'll call a foul. Foul on Sarah Marshall, her first. Junior for the Rams, and Presley will take these shots. as per the new rule, double bonus. First one, no good.
In a normal game, that's a miss. That's a rebound going the other way, and that's just like a turnover. That's why I don't like this new rule.
Well, I think they would have hit the double bonus at this point anyway with 10 fouls. They have blown a lot of whistles tonight. As you said, the refs would be able to retire, and a steal from Roncaroni, and 30 seconds left. A foul called on the Rams. Another foul called on Marshall. Obviously has to play a little aggressive to get this ball back and stay in this one. Roncaroni will shoot 2 after checking back into this matchup. Checking out earlier with a nosebleed.
Our very own trainer, Shayna, took care of that. She's gonna add that one to the highlight reel. You know, for as common as that is, that's the first time I've seen it this season. So definitely upgrading the abilities there for the athletic trainer.
And Roncaroni, obviously, from what we've seen tonight, in my opinion, the top shooter on the team, except for maybe Vlachis from 3, but great job by her hitting those last 2. Leading by 15 is the nice Agnabetti on the inside, looking to make something happen, and that one a little too far to the right off the backboard. Mueller pulls up, no good. Patterson gets the rebound. I thought she was going to go between her legs there.
So did I. I was hoping for it. Would have been exciting.
Donaldson will pull up for that last second shot. That one no good. They won't count that last basket. Final score 48-33. The Rams lose by 15. Stamford Knights take this one away and continue their run towards an FCAC championship, maybe even a state championship this year. So, you know, Stamford, a very talented team, and great job by them to come into the Rams home gym and play well. So as far as this New Canaan team went, a lot of effort, a lot of good things that we saw tonight. But Will, any final thoughts on this one?
No, I mean, Stamford just, you know, outplayed New Canaan, you know, on the inside as well as, you know, shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Overall, just a really good night by Stamford. They showed why they're a top team in the FCAC. You know, New Canaan showed they had some promising moments, but they definitely got some work to do. But I definitely think this team can make a run if they get the pieces together.
And that's it from us. Myself, Tamasco, my partner, Will Langford, signing off. Thank you.
Good night.